forget a little bit.
You went over here and rested.
You did rest. But then you talked to the guy, the little dwarf, who's about to get jumped by the methods. Yeah.
Yeah, we killed him.
Yeah. They screamed out everything, got on you. And then the dwarf told you that he is looking for magic rocks, more or less, because he's a rock merchant. And you guys were upset that he didn't have anything and didn't want to help fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then you quickly rested after that. And then you're standing outside this big, swirling, green, gaseous magic dome. And the dwarf is still standing there, and he's just looking at it, and he, like, sticks his finger through it a little bit, pulls it back out, and he's like, ooh, close. It's a little hot. Just, like, poking with it, messing with it. He's not really trying to go through, though.
Who?
That little dwarf.
And then we could go this way.
Before we start, though, I did want to introduce some stuff, because I just thought it was about time to introduce new mechanics. So, there's advantage and disadvantage rolls, which are like, you roll two dice, 2 d20s, and you take advantage if it's whichever one is the highest, disadvantage whichever is the lowest. So, like, let's say Drathnor wanted to sneak down a hallway, roll, and shoot somebody in the back of the head. Something that leads more to his character, then you roll with advantage. But if you're like, I'm gonna go in with a sword, guns blazing, like something that wouldn't be into your character, then you roll you'll roll 2, but then you take the lower is disadvantage. And I'll tell you when, like, yeah, that was good, roll for advantage. And that's hopefully going to, like, help you guys lean into it more of just, like, playing the character. So, how much time do you think you rested and washed up at this, at the little fountain?
A fortnight.
A fortnight, so 2 weeks. That was about right. Since the last time we played. So this dwarf walks up to you and he says, you know, I don't think I left my... I described a dwarven thrower. He lost it somewhere in the dungeon, and he says, I don't think I lost it in there. I kind of poked my head in, and it's some weird stuff in there. What do you guys want to do?
I don't know. I don't trust him, because it's just weird that he's in there, and we had to go through all that to sneak in there, and then he's just there. It's weird.
It's a good point.
I feel like he's part of that thing.
Do you want to go in there?
Trick. I don't know.
Everybody wakes up and is kind of like refreshed from this break, except for Drathnor. He didn't get enough water. He didn't get enough fountain. Edda's gonna go ahead and like walk over to the swirling dome, and it's contained within this swirling dome, and it looks like it. You would innately know that it's all magic. Edda sees Drathnor come up behind him. Comes over a little bit. He knows your nickname.
I'm uncomfortably close to him.
You're uncomfortably close to him. He scoots over a little bit. You scoot again. It's just going around the edge of the dome. Just like, hey, no. Excuse me. I need my personal space.
1, personal space. 2, personal space.
He also kind of just can't help himself, and he's poking and tapping the dome, and it's almost like a bubble effect. Like, it ripples as he pokes it a little. Just he's like, ooh, this is spooky. He gets out a pencil, and he's sticking it back and forth through the dome. He's like, I don't know. This pencil seems fine. You can probably pull that up if you ever go inside it.
Okay, can I just
Put it on the table.
Can I just jump through it?
Yeah, if you want to jump through it, Drathnor immediately runs for it and jumps into the dome. There's 3 nails on there? Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay, there's one more in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pentagram. I'm getting sacrificed.
You can't see Drathnor from outside the dome. Only he can see inside of it now, and it is a smoldering ashes, and you can see the fire around it. Okay, so inside the dome you see a just smoking ash, barren land. It's much bigger on the inside. Like, it's much vaster. Like, you can see out top, like a hillscape and everything. There's trees burning in the distance. Like, it's... what's the word I'm looking for?
It's hell.
Hellish. Yeah, but it looks more of a, like, just burnt battlefield kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want to do? We can move separately.
Is this,
like,
do we know that this is a pentagram?
You can't even see that. It's so huge. You know what I'm saying? Like because you're looking at the map, so you're imagining it being that small relative to your characters, but it's huge.
Okay.
Because it's magic, and you know it's magic, and you've been brought into something very different that is not would not even contain within the same size of the dome that you'd seen on outside of it.
Okay.
So we want to go for the eye, right? Because I don't want to get mixed.
We don't really know it's there, I guess.
Well,
yeah,
the dome was only supposed to take up the inside of it, but the styrofoam ball that we were using just didn't fit right, you know, and I wasn't going to shave it down. So there's like the dome, and then there's 3 walls around the dome that you can see not necessarily containing it, but it's within that.
I guess I'll go ahead and go inside it too.
Okay.
The white one.
Yeah.
How do you want to roll? Roll me a d20. How do you make it in? Was
18.
18. Oh.
Oh, it's a 19 actually.
Okay. So
19.
How do you want to jump through the dome? Running start, head dive, swan dive,
just right onto the rocks.
Ow! That would hurt so bad. So you go running through it full speed.
Didn't you have wings? Didn't she have wings?
Yeah, but I can't.
They're not really much good for them.
Right.
Okay, how do you would you want to try to use them in this situation? Like glide into it? What? No. Okay. So these wings, like Naruto arms behind you. You go through the dome and you see Drathnor just standing there looking around, not really understanding like what the heck happened. And it's this barren ash wasteland, trees burning in the distance. Now that you both are there, you can roll me a passive wisdom check if you want to see what's going on. Like we can find more about where you guys are at, or we can wait for Claire to get through. Ed has seen this and he's like, I'm still not quite convinced.
Okay, I got a 96. It's a 9.
Okay, so you got
plus
9.
my wisdom.
Yeah.
Right is 5.
Okay, 14. So you see this and you know that it's obviously some sort of illusion magic. There's no smell. That's immediately what gives it away. You see all these things burning, but there's no smell associated with it. So you know that it is some sort of illusion. You can see the forest hills going, and then there's a small cabin kind of down the distance. And then if you were looking at it like a panorama, you're just like, okay, cool, there's the cabin, and then you keep going a little to the left. There's a much bigger, it's not so much like an apartment complex made out of like Lincoln logs, but kind of. Like it's just a really big building made out of wood.
Okay.
And it's on fire.
I don't
You know
really
what
know
to
what
do?
to think about that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the cabin on fire. Lincoln log cabin.
Okay. Well, let's say Claire's still not even in there. Neither is Etta.
I don't like fire. I'm all about water. So. Could I like take some water with me? I don't know.
Do you have anything to carry it in?
I
Yeah.
don't know if I did.
Do you have
I have 11 bottles.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say we do have.
You have a lot of
Oh,
bottles.
Sweet.
Are you going to carry all of it?
No, I can't carry all of it, can I?
I mean, you could stick it in a bag somewhere. If you have the means to carry 11 bottles, you could carry 11 bottles full of water.
I have a backpack.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Sweet.
I'm not super worried about them.
So do I just write it on my paper, or do I have to like roll?
We'll just remember that they're full of water.
Yeah.
You have 11 jars written down, right?
Yeah.
Just put with water. If that's how many you're going to
If
fill
we
up.
find something that's on fire, like a monster, remember that. You can...
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say Etta finally, after seeing this, knows that that's what this is for. And he's like, okay, well, I'm not going to get left alone. So Etta is going to decide to jump through as well, and he's going to come in, and he actually falls on his face a little when he comes in. He just doesn't understand that, like, he thinks it's a step. He thinks he has to, like, step up into the magical dome, but he doesn't, so he falls a little when he comes in. Anyway.
Okay, so I don't like this guy, so I'm gonna go in too.
Alright, boy, God. See you, mates. Everybody's inside. Everybody's looking around. Etta says, this looks weird. I've seen a building like that before. I think it's a hospital. He knows that is a hospital. He doesn't know which hospital it is, but it's on fire. And then there's a small cabin that is not on fire next to it.
Small what?
Just like cabin.
I want to go look at
It's
that
not
cabin.
like a forest cabin. It's just more of like extra space.
I want to go look at that cabin.
Instead of the burning building.
Yeah.
The hospital's on fire. Anna knows it's a hospital just from the general structure. He's like, okay, we have hospitals where I'm from. That's what they look like, but on fire. You hear thumping, just like, and it's, no, it's not a drum line. It's more of like,
It's not like the
a horse's
Jumanji drum.
pitter, like, you know, like horse thumping down the road, but it's multiple of them, and you can hear just that kind of like, you know how it goes? Yeah. It still just turns into a drum roll. Everybody roll me a d20, and we'll see who knows what's going on.
14.
Wait, what can you add?
Oh! Give me +5.
What is it?
I landed it right in the middle of the 3.
I know, but like, what is the dice?
11.
11, okay. You want to add... What is your passive wisdom? What should say on your sheets? Your passive wisdom?
Mine's 5.
5.
Oh, passive wisdom?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that different than regular wisdom?
I just want to
Is
see...
it in the wisdom box thing?
It should be
9.
right underneath
Mine's 9.
all of the 6 boxes. Take your left finger down
Oh.
all the way. Yeah. Keep
Mine's
going down.
13. Which is awesome because I got a 2.
Oh, that's right here.
13?
This one.
Oh, mine's
That
11.
one.
11, 13. What was yours, Utopho?
Mine's 11.
11, okay. So, you know that they're horses, and you can't tell how many there are, but there's definitely a few. And they're running at a good pace, and you look over to the side, and you can see there's a caravan with 4 horses carrying, it's an open one. It's not one of the, like, the Oregon Trail caravans with the canvas around the side. It's more of, like, a regular one, and it's just trotting along. There is 2, what appear to be humans, driving it at a madman speed. Just going, whipping the horses, you know, going for it. They're probably, like, half a mile away from you still. There's no clear dirt road or anything like that. They're just clearly going from behind you and headed towards either the burning hospital or the small
Okay,
woodhouse.
I want to sit and wait and see what they're going to do.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything? Just
No, I want to actually like hide behind the building
Oh, yeah.
and like
Good idea.
see what's
Okay.
gonna happen.
Okay.
I think everyone should hide.
around the cabin, right?
Yeah, just behind, just out of their line of sight.
Okay. So the caravan continues on. They don't care much for you. They do see you running off a little bit, but they don't really care. And they're just going, you know, and they eventually pull up to the burning hospital, and they still go inside it. They don't care anyway. They know it's not so much like in flames, but there's definitely smolder and smoke. Yeah. They go rushing inside after pulling off 2 big bags, what you can assume to be either Schrodinger bodies, are they alive or dead, get pulled inside to the hospital. That's on fire by these 2 humans. They don't care about you.
Is there any, like, windows that we can try to peek into?
Yeah. There's okay, you know how it is at, let's say, Mercy, where it has the big glass doors in the front? There are just big wooden doors that open, like, in and out like barn, kind of.
Right.
And then there's smaller windows on the side, but they've been smashed out. There's 2 main ones, and then the building, it's a fairly large building. And the windows don't really start coming until 2 or 3 floors up.
So I wouldn't be able to, like, reach a window. I'd have to, like,
No,
sneak
you
around
could
the-
see a window, but it'd be a window to the lobby. Like to the entrance, you know
I'll
what
look
I'm
in
saying?
there.
Okay. Yeah. I
If
kinda
you wanted to
just-
see inside a room, you'd have to go up a floor or 2.
Well, I just kind of wanted to see where they were dragging in, like...
Okay,
see
yeah.
what
So
they
you
were
want to
doing with
sneak up to the
bodies.
window.
Yeah.
Roll me 1d20.
13.
Nice. So, do you want to... No, okay. So you roll up to the window, and you look inside of it, and you see that it is a old-timey hospital. Like, back when they were just learning, like, if we wash our hands before and after surgeries, we save so many lives. Like, it's one of those, like, still not medically advanced hospitals.
Okay.
And you see that there's the two humans carrying the two bags. They throw one up onto a, like, stretcher almost, but it's not like we would imagine a stretcher. They still have to, like, carry it from that point on. So they leave one on the floor, and they're carrying one guy at a time, because there's only two guys that can that are not in bags. Okay. They carry one bag away. It does have the shapely image of a human, but it would have been much bigger, like 10 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah, they're big bags. They go down through a hallway, and you can no longer see them.
Okay.
But there's still the one 10-foot, like the other 10-foot bag that they couldn't carry. It's still on the ground.
So I kind of want to, like, I don't know how important it is to really know what these things, like these bodies are that they're carrying, but I kind of like to sneak in the front door while they're not in
Okay.
anymore.
How do you want to sneak through the front door?
Well, we're at the back of the building right now, right?
Mm-hmm. And you saw them go through the front.
Okay, so...
So are you guys behind the second building, like the small cabin?
Small one. Yeah,
are we behind the cabin?
Is that what you guys decided, or were you behind the hospital? And then you went over and peeked into the hospital window.
Yeah.
Okay, so within the cabin you hear screaming and yelling, but it's more of a like, shh, it's gonna be okay, shh, it's okay, thrashing a little bit, sounds. It's okay. And as you hear some crashing from the inside, Etta gets spooked, and he's gonna go ahead and just like move away from the back of the building. He's like, "Are we going or what, guys?"
Well, I'm already kind of peeking in a window, so I guess I could just climb through it.
Okay. Do you want to do Cast Without Trace or anything?
Yeah,
Or you're
I'll
gonna
cast,
save it.
You're
more welcome to save it. Those the two dudes are gone.
How dangerous do we think these guys are?
How dangerous do you think these guys are?
I'm okay with just leaving them alone.
I want to look in the
Like,
cabin.
if they didn't see us.
That's all I care about.
Okay. As a group, decide what to do. Etta is looking at you guys because he's not confrontational. He can't.
Okay, well, I guess we can look inside this cabin first, then.
There's a window in the back. You can look through that as well.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to do it or do you want to do it?
I'll let him do it.
Okay. Alright, Drathnor, you want to roll me a 1d20? Let's see what you see through the cabin. Window in the back. What is it? I can't see.
5.
Alright, Drathnor, you... So Drathnor, you decided to look through the back window of the cabin. You see that it is faintly lit. Not lit.
Lint. It's a room of lint.
It's just all made out of lint. No, it's dimly lit. And there's... I'm trying to decide if you know how to count to 6 or not as Drathnor. Do you know how to count? Okay, there's a few beds in there. And you see that there's not necessarily nurses, but just like maids. They got little bonnets on, like what are they called? Just bonnets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like dabbing the sweat off of like
Dabbing.
They're dabbing like the sweat and blood off of people in these few beds. There's one thrashing around real hard, and that's probably what you heard earlier. But they all seem to be just like trying to take care of injured. Just nurses taking care of injured. They've moved out of the burning building.
Okay, so like, can we ask these nurses what's going on?
Yeah, let's do that.
But you're outside. You're in the back.
Let's go. Let's walk
inside.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go inside it?
Yep. Sounds good to me. Let's walk inside this.
Okay, you all go inside the cabin. Okay, so you want to just walk in. There's no real lock or anything. It's just a cabin. You walk in, and there's two nurses, like bonnet nurses, and they see you, and they think that you're injured. You don't have any blood or scars like that, right? Because you're all healed. But they immediately think that like you're more injured, and they stand up. One's rinsing out a rag, and it's blood.
Blood.
It's blood.
And guts.
Not sure.
It's got an intestine.
It's got a texture to it. Yeah, sure. There's one wringing it out, and she looks up to you, and she says, "Oh no, more from the battlefield." The next nurse next to her is also wringing it out, but she doesn't look up. She's crying in tears because it's so grotesque to her.
I want to kill her.
You're awful.
Everybody but there are 6 beds. There are 6 beds in there. And there is one guy in completely body cast on one bed. Then there is the person next to him, or her, you can't tell underneath the mask, underneath the full body cast. Another person next to them who is missing an arm, and then another nurse is trying to, like, clean out the bandage. And then there's 2 more nurses on the other side, because there's, like, 3 beds on each side of the small little cabin. It's got a little furnace and fireplace.
Sheet real quick. I'm getting some ideas.
Okay. But on the far bed, on the far back, there is 2 nurses standing over one patient, you could say, and that's the one thrashing around. The one that was originally wringing out the blood, she says, "Are you guys injured or not?"
You're a college student, right? You're kind of smarts.
I don't think so.
She knows there's 6 beds.
I don't think I am I?
Yeah, that was just kind of the, like, lore. You were a student abroad, but you were really old.
Saying I was like a 90-year-old college.
You're smarts. Could you maybe offer to help in exchange for...
Well, we did call her degree, do you remember?
Feminist dance therapy, yeah.
I don't know how much help her college degree is going to be in this one. She's like, you shouldn't have to be tending to these men.
Well, I kind of want to know, like, how they got so messed up. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, just ask them.
Just ask them.
What's going on here?
The one wringing out the blood. The intestinal rag. She stands up and takes... It's cleaner. It's a cleaner rag, sure.
Cleanish.
She puts it into a dirty pile, basically, of just kind of pink and brown soaked rags over on one side. There's a wash bucket next to that with clean rags. She grabs it and she says, "Well, we're taking injured in because the hospital got blown up with cannons. Can I help you?"
Why did they get blown up with cannons?
We're in the middle of a war.
just, like, bothering
I don't have a girl's voice, and I know I need to be doing it, but I can't do it.
We're in the middle of a war.
The war! And she says, "If you guys aren't injured, you can either help or get out."
Sure, I'll help.
How do you want to... She tosses a warm soaking rag.
I'm just kind of like fumbling it like, oh, this is nasty.
I haven't washed my hands. What do you want to do? Do you want to help out? You can leave. What do you guys, how are you going to react in here?
I want to leave.
I don't know if there's anything in here.
The guy in the back is thrashing pretty hard. Do you want to help him? He could use it.
Thrashing.
You just
like...
What do we do?
He's got
down?
the person that there's, like I said, the full body cast.
I got the rag, right? And I just kind of like throw it back at her, and I'll walk over to this cat over here, the thrasher.
Okay. You see the 2 nurses are trying to hold this person down, but they have a bandage completely across the top end of their face. You can't see them, and they have what look like pretty garby clothes on. And
I'm gonna ask him, "Are you okay?"
Ah! Don't touch me!
Are you okay?
Screaming, the thrashing person, but the 2 nurses are trying to hold this person down. And they say, "I could really use a hand. He needs his injections." Etta doesn't know any better, and it's just too polite to not
punch him in the face and knock him out.
Etta or the guy?
The dude.
Oh.
So they can give him his injections.
Okay. Roll me a 1d20. 10. Add your sleight of hand.
6.
Okay. So you
just super nonchalantly just walk up.
Are you trying to clock him cold, or are you trying to do damage?
Or just knock him out so they can give him shots.
So you try to get him in the temple, and 16 will do it. Yeah, we'll say yeah. I think this is a good idea. This is what I thought you were going to do. Okay, so you clock him. What is the second concussion of this campaign?
Yeah, it is.
So he goes out cold for a minute, and the nurse says, "Thanks." Pulls out a like vial from her,
covered in intestines
from her little bonnet dress. I'm imagining a like old Western cabin dress. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they probably would have had like some sort of apron. With
Apron,
pockets.
apron. That's what I was thinking. They have the apron
Her
with pockets.
bonnet dress.
I
'Cause,
think
like,
of those
dresses
doctors
don't have
with,
pockets.
Like, the long nose masks. You know, like they had the mask with the
Like a
long
witch
nose.
doctor mask?
Oh.
That's what I think of.
Oh no, I was imagining like a Wild Wild West bonnet and like white
Okay.
baby blue dress with a
Okay.
yeah. It's because I've been playing Red Dead. And then so she pulls out a vial. She stabs this person in the leg,
like hard. Like,
Pulp Fiction style, but in the leg. And the patient screams, "Don't touch me, Garg!"
Garg. Was that this
He's
dude?
like violently like thrashing. It's not only a like pain thing, but like an emotional breakdown thing. You can tell because of the way he's violently
Was
thrashing.
Garg the dude back here that we talked to?
No,
Who was
Garg's
Garg?
the king of
Okay.
Velosofy
Yeah,
that sent everybody out.
yeah.
Etta hears him say this and is like looking around like, oh, is King Garg here? Two nurses pull away because he's kind of passed out. Like he screamed because he got stabbed in the leg, but I'm assuming there was some sort of tranquilizers and good in there.
Yeah, my
knock
first.
him out. They pull away and they start moving the cloths off and going back to wrenching and washing and taking care of other patients. He's got this big old scar. What do you guys want to do in this room?
I want to ask him.
You clocked him out cold
He woke up, didn't he?
for the scream because he got injected, but then he's back out because now it's like a
Oh,
drug
okay.
thing. You know.
All right. Yeah.
Do you want to search him or anything? You can look around the cabin.
I'll sleight of hand search him real quick. I'll just give
Okay,
him-
roll me a 1d20, and everybody roll me. You roll a second one as well.
12.
Okay. Now everybody roll me a 1d20. We're gonna roll for a intelligence check.
I got 16.
5.
What's your intelligence modifiers?
12.
Can I give sleight of hand on
Mine's
mine?
1.
Okay, it's 1. Okay, so as Drathnor starts to check his pockets, because it's just grabby, Garby wear it's makeshift pockets, like he digs out some lint and dirt, a gold piece, just for you. I know you like
Your
collecting
pocket.
gold. And you see, Nevaeh, a small green bug run across from, like, his pants up to the back of him. Like, from the front, over his belly, and then back underneath the
Is
arm
it like
of
the
patient.
thing, the scarab beetles from the Mummy?
You didn't see it. I can't tell you.
Well, can I try to grab it?
It's pretty quick. You
It's pretty
didn't get it, like,
I
if
just
you
saw
didn't
it.
know
like,
it was going to happen, yeah, you
a
probably
little
could have.
flash. Okay.
So none of us saw it.
Nope, and Drathnor continues to check away, patting away. He's not carrying any heat. Okay, you can if you want to flip him over.
Respect his anal cavity.
We decide as a group what you want to do. There's too many things.
Let me do it.
Do you want to flip him over? Okay. You.
I kind of like,
Oh no. Oh no. Drathnor's licking his lips as he flips him over. Oh no.
You guys just like, what the fuck is this guy
Everybody's
doing?
like, what the heck? And you just like start digging through his back pockets, like looking around, grabbing a cheek here and there.
Being super insertive.
Okay, nothing other than that. Do you want to say
There wasn't anything in his,
not
in
his back
ass.
pocket? You got a gold coin.
There's nothing in his ass.
No. Oh, give me a roll for it.
It's about to be.
Do you want to say anything to the party about seeing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him I saw some creepy little green bug running across this
They call up
dude.
his ass.
No, it's not.
It went the other way because it started from his ass and then went up. It was scared and knew you were gonna flip it over.
Oh, okay. Well, so where did it end up?
It last you saw, it went underneath his armpit, like because I imagine it went from like one left pocket, butt cheek, whatever, over the top of the belly, and then back underneath the arm. So like this general area
Okay,
is probably the
I want
last
to check
time.
the back of his
The
neck.
back of his neck. He's got the bandages on.
I'll cut him off. I don't care.
Okay, you want to cut him off, or do you want to like cut him off with a normal bandage? Or you want to try to peel it off?
I'll use my rapier.
Ooh. Don't cut his face.
I'm not going
Okay.
to.
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. You cut part of the lining of the face mask off, and it starts to split open, and you see the scarab run from what have been the back of his neck up underneath where you've made the. You all see it because you're all like, "What the heck? Where did it go?" You see it crawl up underneath what it go to his left eye. Sorry, this one. Yeah, left eye.
I want to sleight of hand grab it. Just.
1d20. Let's see if you can do it. You're gonna need something pretty good for it. Plus your sleight of hand.
6. I got 20.
No, a natural 20. Okay, you grab it, and you instantly tell that it's not a normal bug. It's got the density of a rock or a crystal, very dense. You couldn't just squish it in your hand, and it's glowing green. What do you want to do with it?
Keep
You've
it.
got it for now, but it
Can I put
feels
it in
real nasty in your hands.
Can I put it in a bottle?
I have a belt pouch.
That just won't crawl out of that. It just crawled out of his ass.
Yeah, we gotta put it in a
Wanna
bottle.
put it in a
You
bottle?
might wash it.
Because these are like mason jar bottles or
Yeah.
something.
Will it fit in a mason jar?
Yeah, it's about 2 to 3 inches big. Do you have an empty mason jar?
Well, I'll just pour one of mine out.
Or you're pouring the water out? The nurse is like, "What are you doing? Do not remove his
1
bandages."
bottles with water and 1 bottle.
I'll put one mason jar with green
Green scarab gem.
beetle.
And okay. You've got it in this jar and you're holding it. And it says, "Can I hold it, Drathnor?
No.
Please?
No, fuck. No, absolutely not.
Can I just look at it?
I don't even feel comfortable you doing that.
Please, Drathnor, come on."
I'm gonna put it in my backpack now.
Okay.
All 3 of us go, no!
Alright, so he Etta kind of shudders away. He's a little mopey. He's disappointed he didn't get to look at it or play with it. Or potentially drop it. I don't know. He can do
Yes,
something
I
with
know. I knew what was gonna happen.
it. So, part of the bandage was slit open a little bit, and you see that this guy is missing an eye. The person that had the face mask on, they're missing their left eye. I keep holding this eye, but it's this one.
What if I grabbed the beetle and just crammed it into the socket?
Have you been reading my DM notes, bro?
No, I haven't. That makes sense,
Because I was
though.
trying to get the beetle there.
That makes sense, though.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put that beetle in his eyeball.
I love that you caught it just to put it back in the eye, where I was going to put it anyway. But you're like, "I want to grab it." And I was like, "Okay, sure." So you stuff the beetle.
Oh, wait, never mind. I got an idea.
Well, what are we doing? Are you really want to do it? Okay, so you stuff the beetle into this person. You can tell it's a male because it's got a little bit of facial hair. This dude's eye.
Girls can have beards. Continue.
That's true. That's true. Okay. So you stuff it into his eye, and immediately the entire cabin changes
Blows
back
up.
to that room.
Back to what room?
The without the dome. It's not the Ashenware and wasteland anymore. You're back to concrete.
Okay.
And where the nurses once stood are now succubus. Roll for initiative.
Shit. Can I take it back out real quick?
The body's now a corpse, and it's bones. Alright, what'd you roll? I can't see from the side.
I got an 8.
14, 8.
14.
Okay.
14.
I'm trying to think how I want to set this up. Etta needs to roll. I'm gonna roll on the table, because this is a lot easier for me.
Oh, man.
Okay, so the room changed back into dome, pre-dome removal, and it's
Pre-dome removal.
concrete mortar. You're back in the pyramid. You can't see the dwarf over there, but he sees you. He knows this is happening. I want you guys to know that he can see all of this, and he's not gonna help. I never made up the stats for him to fight.
He's gonna die. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. the body that you put the green scarab back into, the eyeball, the left eye, it's now a corpse, but the bandages and clothes are still the same.
Is the thing still there? Because
it's glowing green in just one eye. It's more like circular, like
just
glowing out a little bit.
I just wondered.
And then...
So, like, is the building that we're in...
Gone.
It's gone. Okay.
Gone. The entire...
Can we see this eye?
Yes. Okay. The 2 nurses that were wringing out blood cloths are the closest to you, and they look at you and screech as loud as they can. They've turned from bonnet nurses into succubi, and it's winged, big open jaws.
Just picture
teeth.
a naked chick that looks like a pterodactyl.
Think of like a Led Zeppelin album, but on like hell. Awful.
Led Zeppelin mixed with a Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah. So the one that was crying originally leaps at you. It rolled a 20. And
No, it didn't. I don't care.
I wrote
That's
it.
fine.
I wrote it. Okay. So the one that was originally crying, we'll say this one, is going to leap at Nevaeh. You are the closest.
Arr.
Huh? That's your fault, is that what you said?
I said it's wonderful.
Oh. Let's see. And
I also rolled the lowest.
let's see. It's going to use a claw attack, which is a... I need a desk. I'm so screwed up here. What's your arm class? Because I'm pretty sure I hit you.
15.
Okay, yeah. I totally hit you. And so this is going to claw at you. It's going to run across and... 6 plus 3. Do 6 points of damage.
Who next?
That was... You both rolled 14, didn't you?
Yeah.
Decide between yourselves who goes second and who goes
I
third.
got an idea. Can I do my idea?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Drathnor, your turn.
I see that eyeball over there. I'm gonna run up to the dead body. I'm gonna dig that the green bug out of his eye and throw it at the eyeball.
Okay. Roll to try to dig it out of the eye. Let's get in there first.
20?
Yeah.
What?
Bubby, it's
Leave
cooking,
and
you know that. What'd you give it?
I'm leaving.
11. So you rolled an 11. I'm gonna say that you can't pull it out anymore. It's just ethereal. It's magic now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you did stick your fingers in this eyeball. like,
Yeah, I did.
yeah. Okay. And that's all you're gonna use for your turn. That was an action. You have a reaction. You have one bit of action. You probably couldn't take another swing at somebody, but you can move. I just don't want you to finish off a turn without feeling satisfied.
I'll just take a couple steps toward a succubus.
You want to take a couple steps where?
To a succubus.
Okay. Which one that just attacked, or
The one that just attacked,
Okay.
sure. It needs killed.
and you push through them, and you're now after because they moved around a little bit because it wouldn't the claw hurt. And then now it's your turn. Utopho, what do you want to do?
So this isn't like really bothering me, is it? Like, could I shoot an arrow at the eye?
At the eyeball, this
Yeah.
one? They're in the way of that, but you can try.
You could.
You want to try
Okay,
to do
yeah,
that?
I'll try that.
Okay, roll me a 1d20, see if you can shoot this. No,
17.
17. Nice. I'm gonna roll 2, because there's 2 in between there. Yeah, I'm gonna see if they can try to get in the way of it.
Okay.
And if they have to do better than 17, we'll say that. I got one that rolled an 18. Okay, so
Worse.
this one jumps in the way of, I'm assuming you're gonna just use like a arrow.
Yeah.
Jumps in the way, and it's gonna take it. Roll me a 1. What do we say arrows were? 1d6s?
For damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a 1d6. See what you can do that one.
No.
A 1. That's pretty good.
It's on the ropes.
You've got it going. It knows what's up now. Okay, and then Nevaeh and Etta. Nope. It would have been another succubus gets the next one. We'll say it was that one, so it took its turn to get out of the way for that. Cool. Now Nevaeh's turn. You have the one succubus that just jumped in your face and clawed you for 6 damage. You have Drathnor is basically surrounded by them.
Okay, I want to cast Moonbeam towards the succubus that didn't attack me, since there's more.
This one up here? Yeah.
No, just like, because these are all ones to
Yes,
okay,
yes, yes.
So like, just.
And this one attacked you.
I want to throw it this way.
Okay. On the other two,
Well, I guess I could kind of hit this one too, couldn't I?
Drathnor is going to be right in the middle of all of this. Because see what I'm saying? He'll be right here. You can still do it.
I guess I didn't.
We'll see if we can. Let's see if we can save him. What are the specifics of the Moonbeam?
It says when entering an area, make a Constitution saving throw. 2d10 radiant on fail, half on success. Bonus action can move cylinder up to 60 feet.
And it's a 5 foot. You know what we said it was radius.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to try to cast it on one of them or in between them, you can still probably not hit Drathnor.
What she casts, is it a fire?
Moonbeam.
It's Moonbeam? Okay. I was going to say, I have fire resistance. So.
No, it's radiant damage, so...
I'll just try to hit the ones to the side of Drathnor then.
Okay, that would actually be the one that just took the arrow from Utopho. So, what does it say the DC save was?
It doesn't. It just says make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
2d10.
2d10.
No, it doesn't.
Woo! Roll the 20. This succubus completely moves out of the way and is like, I am not going to get hit with this Moonbeam today. Where did I put my stuff? Alright. And then now it is Etta's turn. He is going to try... He's seen all this happen, but he's going to try to get the one that just attacked you, like clawed you. Let's see what I want to use Etta. What does he have? He has a longsword, a javelin. Ooh, I think I'm going to have him throw his javelin. Cool. So he's going to rear this back and just chuck it at it. Or, I guess it's not too terribly far. It wouldn't be a hard throw, but it would be pretty close. A 12. He does not hit. And now it is back to who did that one that first jumped at you. I'm not trying to move all of them at once. It's just a pain in the ass. So I'll just do a couple at a time. The first one that leapt at you first is going to try to claw you again.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your 18?
15.
Okay, it does not hit. Nice. What do you have, light armor on?
Yep.
So it tries to claw at this light armor and it like snags a nail. Rips it out a little bit. Who you say it was Drathnor that went first? Okay. Go. It's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Surrounded, right?
Yeah, surrounded as it gets, basically.
We didn't say I had a whip. I said I wanted a whip.
You wanted
I have
a
a
whip.
Okay. Are they close enough that I could like pull out my rapier and dagger and like just
Spin. That's pretty good.
Put them in a rinse cycle.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out how I want to figure out how to play it, because it's like I want to give you the sleight of hand bonus, but I also need to like take it down a little bit, so it's not like you can't do 2 damage. You can't swing twice with that. You know what I'm saying? There's 2 here. You'd be able to hit both of them. Go ahead, roll me a 1d20. I want to see how this works.
13.
13.
Back.
You do not hit either one of them.
Why can't I do my sleight of hand on that?
A 1d, what is it? +6.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this hits, and they are absolutely surprised that it even worked. You pull out a rapier in one hand and a dagger in the other.
Yeah.
Roll me attack rolls for both, and we'll...
Wait, what do I... Is it a... It's not just a...
What does it say for your each?
Rapier's a 1d8. Dagger is 1d4 plus 2.
Okay.
So... Is this a 4?
Yeah. 6,
4.
7...
7.
What is that, 15? 13? Okay, so... You're making this... I'm just going to make it easy. And we'll say they both took 13 damage. Okay. I didn't want to have to, like, make it harder than it had to be.
Because, I mean, I'm probably going to spin twice.
Right.
Minimum, so...
Okay. Let's see. So, which ones did you hit? These two? Okay, that's the one that hit Nevaeh. Alright, Utopho, it is your turn.
Okay.
The one that first clawed at Nevaeh
First one.
is getting pretty beat, yeah.
Okay.
And then that was the one that... These were the two rinsing the blood rags. These were the two that were over the body and doing the dressing. That one is actually the one that stabbed the corpse and jumped up. And that was just one over there doing some just doing some dishes.
Okay. So, I don't want that one to, like, hurt anybody else, so can I
Okay.
move closer to it
Yes.
and do something to it?
Yes.
Okay. Could I, like, use my hair, like, my tentacle
Your long...
hair
Yeah, absolutely.
as, like, not like a whip, but like a whip, and, like, wrap it around the neck and pull it on the ground
Okay.
and stab it.
Roll 2 d20s. One with advantage. There's a couple over here. I have spares.
Okay.
So roll 2 of them, and whichever you take the highest.
12 and 14.
Okay, so you got a 14. You wanted to say you hit it with your hair?
Yeah, like, I whipped it with my hair and around the neck and, like,
Pulled
on
it
the
down,
ground,
okay. So
like, get it
Utopho
down.
leaps over like all this commotion of Drathnor being surrounded by succubus, leaps over that, grabs one with her hair as she leaps over it, and pulls it down as like a swinging move. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went over, grabbed with your hair, brought the succubus down. And since it's an improvised weapon, we'll do a 1d6 damage.
Shakespeare, stop it. 6.
Nice. Now we are back to Nevaeh.
So is that one, what's that one doing now? Is he done?
Well, you knocked it to the ground, so
Okay,
like
it's still there.
imagining like that, yeah.
Okay. So I completely forgot I have Cloak of Tough Skin, and I kind of...
You have it on. We're assuming,
Okay,
yeah.
so what does it even do?
It's
though?
a +1 your AC.
Okay, so that's already been done.
Yeah, you have the Ring of the Ram too.
I do, but I wanted to say...
You get 3 charges per day. I'm pretty sure, isn't that what we said?
Okay.
I think. Does it say on there?
Yeah, it does say 3 charges.
I thought so. Cool. Okay.
I don't know about y'all, but I do know I have a Molotov.
If you had still been in the cabin setting, that would have gone so poorly. But now you're back on concrete and dirt. Yeah. It's a little more spacious.
So I guess I'll go ahead and use my...
The succubus is like, what are we doing here?
I'll go ahead and use my Ring of the Ram and try to hit this one.
Okay,
Can
cool.
I do that?
You
I
could
just punch
you could
it?
push both of them
Yeah.
at that because it's the right lining.
Let's-
Yeah. Okay, so how do you want to use the Ring of the Ram? I know how it works mechanically. You can use, you can push 60 feet.
Right.
You have 3 charges.
So I just want to use 1 charge for now.
Okay. That's 2d10s for damage. You roll a 1d20 plus 7 to hit. A 20. A 1d20
Okay, but
plus 7 to hit. And I'm assuming you're doing these two?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you slide the ring on. I would...
11.
Plus 7 is 18. You hit both of them.
Okay.
You slide the ring on. Do we have a word that activated it? I want a word for it now.
We did, and I don't remember what it was.
What was it?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, let's call it now. What is the word to...
What was it? You said it.
To the end of the rainbow. How about a little fire scarecrow?
Ram this. Get rammed.
Get ram-assed, son.
No, come on, think of something.
Time to get rambunctious.
That's so good. What's your activation?
I'll just go with this. That's funny.
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
Say it. Let's get rambunctious. Etta really liked it when Nevaeh said it. He was like, yeah, rambunctious. Woo! And the ring slides on, and this huge ethereal green ram's head appears and just slams into the first succubus, pushing the second one all the way to this wall. And they smash into the wall. 2d10s. See how much damage they do.
This one?
Yes.
2. 2.
Okay. So they each took 4 damage. And now it is Etta's turn. He's like, yeah, let's get rambunctious. He's all about this now. He feels so invigorated by that dumb pun that the one that Utopho slammed to the ground and is still on the ground with the tentacle wrapped around her neck pierced this succubus to the ground.
Okay.
Okay. 13. He misses.
He got a little bit too excited.
Yeah, he did. And he just like, oh, ah. And he's like trying to pull the javelin back out of the ground. He's like, oh, it's stuck. Help. Drathnor, help. One more. Okay. The succubus that is now on the ground is going to try to break out. And it's going to use a Constitution saving throw to break out of it. 4, it doesn't make it. Alright, back to the... Oh, wait, no, that wasn't the right one. I'm sorry. Because I got that one mixed up with one of these. Okay, the second in the ram, you know what I'm saying? Pushes off the wall and is now going to leap. No, actually, it's going to try to use its charm. One humanoid that Fiend can see within 30 feet of it must save a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or magically be charmed for 1 day. The charmed target obeys the Fiend's verbal or telepathic commands. If the target suffers any harm or receives a suicidal command, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on a success. If the target successfully saves against the effect, or if the effect on its own ends, the target is immune to the Fiend's charm for the next 24 hours. It's going to try to charm Drathnor.
Oh, shit.
Roll me a 1d20 and try to do over 15. Does it say on your wisdom?
I didn't.
Huh? What'd you get?
6.
Okay. You don't have anything on your wisdom modifier?
Just 1.
I shouldn't have asked. Okay. So Drathnor is now charmed, and the succubus whispers essentially in your ear, but only you can hear it. What's it say? Kill the small one. No, I thought of something better. Go ahead.
That one.
That's good. I was gonna say kill the pretty one and see where this went for you. Just be like, huh.
Well, I'm not very pretty. I have blue skin and tentacles for hair, and I'm old. So.
He kills Etta. No, you commit suicide. Okay. Kill the small one.
I'm gonna go kill that dwarf.
Okay. When it comes to your turn, try to do that.
Okay.
Okay. That's so bad.
That's fair.
I mean, Drathnor is pretty dumb, so like...
Yeah. Can you not shine?